$2.3 million. That is the number of people who are currently incarcerated in the United States. 95%. That is the percentage of people who are currently incarcerated that will re-enter our communities at one point. 70%. That is the percentage of people who are currently incarcerated that will re-enter our communities, but that will be re-arrested within 5 years. When I first moved to the US from the Netherlands in 2019, I was amazed by all the things I experienced. Drive-through pharmacies, 16-year-olds driving cars, people asking me how I was doing without actually caring about how I was doing. Another thing that I experienced was how common it was for people to have a friend, a family member, or a partner who had been in contact with the criminal justice system. In fact, 1 in 3 people in the United States have been in contact with the criminal justice system. Coming from a country with low incarceration rates and low recidivism rates and being fully immersed in a society where mass incarceration is pervasive, I couldn't help but wonder why. Why do so many people go to prison? And why do so many people return to prison? Sociologist Robert K. Merton theorized that crime happens when our society sets goals, but then puts up barriers that limit a portion of our society from achieving those goals. There is no simple answer as to why or how people get involved in crime. However, one crucial driver of criminal activity is poverty, especially generational poverty, as individuals struggle to meet their basic needs for food and shelter and have limited access to opportunities for employment and education. So in the face of this economic deprivation, many people feel as if they were forced to resort to criminal activity as a sole means of survival. In theory, prisons have 3 primary purposes. 1, as a deterrent to crime. 2, as punishment for the wrongdoer. And 3, as rehabilitation. When I became an assistant at the Georgia State Prison Education Program, I learned that the United States seems to neglect the latter of the 3. So when people return to our communities after they have been incarcerated, they're not well equipped and they will face the same exact obstacles as they did before they were incarcerated. So how can we expect people to stop offending, to stop resorting to criminal activity if we do not provide them with the essential support that they need to better their futures? If we want to stop this cycle of recidivism, we have to focus on the thing that we are neglecting right now, and that is rehabilitation. And education might be the key for this. As of right now, only 41% of the incarcerated people has a high school diploma, and less than 13% holds a college degree. By providing educational opportunities in prisons, we can provide people with GEDs, associate's degrees, and bachelor's degrees. These degrees can then increase their opportunities for employment and therefore decrease their chances of recidivism. And the success of education has been proven. People who participate in educational programs while they are in prison are 48% less likely to return to prison. The higher the degree that people obtain, the lower their chances of reoffending is. 14% for those who obtain an associate's degree, and 5.6% for those who obtain a bachelor's degree. But the importance of education expands beyond providing people with that objective proof of a skill for a job. Education can give people the opportunity to better their lives. The challenges that people face while they are incarcerated, such as a loss of autonomy, a separation from loved ones, and a constant exposure to violence, can negatively impact mental health. Within the classrooms, people are able to temporarily remove themselves from this hostile prison environment. They can let down their guard, and they are able to connect with people on a more personal level. Working at the Georgia State Prison Education Program, I hear the stories all the time, the success stories of people who found renewed confidence in themselves and their future. Through education, people are able to realize their potential and feel motivated to become role models within their communities. Education can be life-changing, especially for those who did not have opportunities before. It is important for us to understand that incarceration is a societal problem. It is not about personal choices or behavior. It is about the societal structures that are currently in place that are barring free people from educating themselves and from getting that real second chance. April is Second Chance Month, a month in which we acknowledge the challenges that currently and formerly incarcerated people are facing, and a month in which we advocate for policies that can promote a successful reentry to society. As education is so important and has so many benefits, it is so important that that is what we focus on. So as we move forward, let us work toward a future where our justice system prioritizes rehabilitation over punishment. Let us work towards a future where everybody, regardless of their choices in the past, has a second chance and an opportunity to create a better future for themselves and their communities. Thank you.